Hi, hello, this is Sharada Gopalakrishnan, and in this video I'm going to talk about my hospital bag and things that I'm going to carry in the hospital bag for my delivery. So we have a couple of things that's been arranged here, and I'm going to showcase everything, and I'm also going to try to tell you guys where I actually sourced it and what kind of material and whatever details that I could give from my end, from a photographer mother to another mother. So I'm classifying the things into three different parts. One is the baby's essential, the another is mom's essential, that is things that I want to use, that I will be using. The other one is the attender's essential. I'm taking my husband, so things that my husband has to take is also something that I'm going to talk about. So now first we will see the baby's essential, because baby's first from now on, right? So the first thing that is there in my bag is the baby receiving bag. So this is a very soft cushion based receiving bag. So this is very essential, because this is where we will basically put the baby in, and whoever wants to carry, they don't have to actually directly lift the baby and just carry the receiving bag. So it becomes easy. And I think most of my things for the baby, I sourced it from two major shops. Number one is from Nykaa, and number two in the physical shop here in Chennai, which is Mom and Me. So that's about the receiving bag. And then what I'm getting is the wet wipes, which is going to be definitely useful for the baby, and we are going to use it all the time when we are in the hospital. And this is 99% of water, so we don't want to use any chemicals, we don't want to use anything that is apart from water for the baby. So it is just organic, and it is completely water based wipes. So the next that's coming is the mini napkins. So these mini napkins are going to be used for many different things. When the baby is burping, when there is if you have to quickly clean something on the baby, I think these are the napkins that's going to use. And then this cute little so we have this mitten booty sets. So these are basically for the baby. We put the caps, we put the mittens, we put the shoes, especially for the baby, especially to keep them warm. Basically they're going to definitely feel really cold once they come out, and these are a lot of things that will keep the baby really warm. And see these cute little mittens that I've got for them, not for them, I mean it's just a single baby, so for her or for him. So we have quick dry sheet. This is urine sheet. So these are used, typically most hospital has this, but then it is always good to have them with us as well. And they are something that it can be washed and reused again. So these protects the baby's bed. So we put this and then the baby over this, so that whenever the baby pees or poops, the bed and everything is still safe for us. But it is washable and it can be reused as well. And there are a lot of napkins. So these are like little bigger napkins, and these are again all bigger napkins. So these are all cotton, and they are pretty soft, so it doesn't hurt the baby. And these can be used again to wipe the baby. It can be used as burp cloth, and there are many things that we would definitely require as far as wiping is considered when it is a newborn. And then we have this cute little dress. So this is like fully covered, again keeping them really warm. But this is going to be really difficult, especially to use it immediately after birth, because it's going to be a little tedious job, and hence we have got some langots as well. So these are very easy. They're just the langots. You just have to put the langots on the baby, and then let the baby be free. And it comes with the cloth diaper thing, and we also have a couple of cloth diapers. So these are cloth diapers that we will be using inside the langots, and these are washables. We also have some diapers which are also to be used, because sometimes we might want to carry the baby and travel with the baby. That's the most times that we might be using these type of diapers. But then cloth diapers are something that is definitely preferred for various reasons, and it is very safe and rash free for the baby. and a lot of little small dresses for the baby. And these are the dresses that will be really quick to change, and the baby will also feel very, very comfortable. So these are small dresses which are quick to change, unlike the other one that I showed you, which is fully covered and it's not really quick and handy. But then these are the dresses which are really, really quick, and lots of langos. I think that really helps a lot. And finally, this is something, and some napkins that's coming out. Okay, and finally, this is the blanket that I've got it. This basically was gifted by a friend of mine. It's super soft, and it is from Canada actually. I can literally feel the difference from what I sourced here in Chennai and what she actually got it for me from Canada. But I really love this, and this is so soft, and I'm very, very sure that the baby is going to be very warm and feel the warmth in this when the baby is being covered. So these are the major things for the baby that I've got, and all of this goes into my hospital bag for the baby. So next on the list is the essential that is required for the mothers. That is for me. It is equally important that we take everything that is required. We don't miss out anything, because even for the babies, we will have a lot of people coming in and giving in the gifts. You will get everything that you've already purchased as well. There are a lot of possibilities, but for the mothers, generally mothers gets forgotten once the babies come out. So that's very natural. So it is right time that we take care of ourselves and we buy the essentials that we require. And ideally, to get the hospital bag ready, it is somewhere between 33-34 weeks, because anytime after 34 weeks there are a lot of chances that we might get into the delivery or the labor anytime soon. So in the essentials that I have for mine, first comes my hospital file. Hospital file is where I have all the reports, all the previous scan reports, blood test reports and everything. So that is all intact, and I've also conveyed every possible thing to my attender that he or she has to know, right from the tablets that I take, right from whatever, when I take what and everything, my diet chart and everything. Since it's my husband who is going to be the attendant, he actually knows everything, but still I have put in a word to him very clearly, like what are the things that I have been taking, right from the tablets, and why I have been taking that. And we've got some hand sanitizer. Of course, we will have that in the hospital, but in case required, or if you have anything specific with the brand or something like that. And I've taken lip balm and nipple cream. So basically, my lips becomes very dry and it gets me very, very uncomfortable, and I have that with me. And the cracked nipples are very, very common when we get into the birth, get into the labor. But I'm not sure if I can use the nipple cream after delivery, because that's when the baby starts breastfeeding. I have to check with the doctor. Probably if I get some knowledge about that, I'll definitely share on that. And I've got some reusable, washable breast pads. So definitely there could be chances where we might leak the breast milk, and that is the time we should definitely have some pads to protect our nipples, so that we don't leak the breast milk, and the costumes or the dresses gets damaged. And then we have some disposable panties, which is very, very important soon after the birth, soon after the delivery. And I've got some extra large pads, maternity pads, and some extra large panties. These three is going to be very, very useful and definitely essential. Even if we forget anything else, I don't think we should forget this, because soon after delivery we are going to have a lot of blood flow. We are going to lose a lot of blood, and we definitely need pads for us, so that our dresses are protected, so that we are very comfortable. And extra large panties and extra large maternity pads, so that we are comfortable. And it could be a C-section or it could be a vaginal birth. If it is a vaginal birth, we might also go through a episiotomy, and that might also give us a lot of uncomfort. We cannot stand, we cannot sit. There's so many things that is involved, and these knowledge is very, very important even before pregnancy, so that we are like mentally prepared for all of that. And these are going to be of very, very big help. And I've got lots of feeding nighties. I think nighties are the most comfortable, especially during the hospital stay, and during the first few days, few weeks, and I've got like full open nighties, I've got feeding nighties. So if it is a C-section, we will definitely want a full open nightie, so that we have good air circulation and all that. And feeding nighties are good enough if we go through a vaginal birth. And this, I've got this feeding pillow. So feeding pillow definitely helps mothers to actually get into that comfort level of feeding. It definitely depends from mothers to mothers, but then this is something that could help in a much bigger way than we actually think. Since being a baby photographer, I'm having a lot of experience with working with different mothers, and this is something that most mothers told me is very comfortable for them to use. So I have the feeding pillow with me, which I might use it in the hospital stay or during the hospital stay or even after that. But then maybe it could also help me during those 3 days or 4 days of hospital stay, especially if it is a C-section delivery. I think feeding pillows are very, very essential. And apart from that, lots of the traditional veshtis and cotton saris that I have with me. Lot of tearing, all this is used only to tear and use and reuse and wash and use, because the baby would pee and poop countless number of times after they are born, and it is very, very important we have enough clothes. And also the saris, the cotton saris, the old cotton saris help the baby keep them warm, even though we have all the blankets and things like that. I have heard from a lot of mothers saying nothing helps like a cotton sari, which is old cotton sari. So I've got some old cotton saris of my mom, assuming that it will help the baby to keep the baby warm. So that's most important thing. And one more very, very essential heat bag that I'm carrying, that is going to help a lot during the labor pain. Of course, we're going to get into unmanageable pain, which is going to be very, very common if you're going through a vaginal birth. Even the C-section birth, after birth we're going to have a lot of back pain or the leg pain, and that's when these heat pads really helps. And you can ask your attendant, you can ask your husband to actually help you and help you use that. And once they start massaging the back with the heat pad during the labor process, I think it will ease the whole process. So that's majorly the list of things that I am going to carry for my own self. There are also other basic things that we need to carry along with these essentials, just like how we would carry for our travel or trips to somewhere that we go. The basic toiletries like paste, brush, and the hand wash, the face wash, and all the other things. So make sure when you pack your hospital bag, don't forget these essentials as well. And here I am going to talk about the list of things that I am planning to take along with us, especially for my husband who is going to be the attender. So it is also important that the attender is free from stress. The attender is also important to make sure that his job is done properly. So obviously, the husbands might not know what is required for the mother or for the baby, and it is important that we transfer that knowledge to the baby, to the husband as well. And I've explained what is what to my husband as well. And during these COVID times, we don't get to have multiple attenders. It's especially only one person who is going to be with you after the delivery. So I've completely knowledge transfer to my husband, as in what is what and what is used for what and what are these, and I've explained him, the complete knowledge transfer has been done. So it is also important that you do that to your attenders. And we have our Alexa, to keep our, the music, if at all we get to hear some music in the evening or in the night times, some peaceful music, that would definitely help. We've got some Bluetooth and we've got the laptop. So laptop, essentially, if there has to be any urgent works that has to be done, he doesn't have to rely on somebody else, he can just get it done. And the speakers, basically to actually keep him, what to say, it could be for the phone calls, or it could be even if he wants to watch a movie, he can actually watch it without disturbing me or the baby, of course. once the baby is out. And now there are things like mobile, the charger, and also some books which can also help us pass some time, if at all we get some time. And if it's going to be a long labor, I think there are other things like, we would definitely need something more, like the books to actually read something during the intervals or something like that. So these are the major things that I've asked my husband to carry, or we're carrying it together for our own sake. And the things that is essential for the attenders, which also includes the basic essential like the toothbrush, paste, and the toiletries, and especially the dresses and costumes. It is also important that we tell the attenders what is going to happen, what the attenders can expect in those 3 days or 4 days of hospital stay, and how labor can be made easy just with their support. So since it's my second pregnancy, I have had my husband in my first pregnancy during the labor as well, so he kind of knows what he can expect, and he kind of know how to encourage me and how to really get me pushing and get my things done. But still I have actually because it's been 3 years back then, now it's after 3 years, he had forgotten certain things, and I'm just reminding him the stages and everything. So these are the complete things that we're carrying, and we would definitely want all the mothers to know this, so that the complete process gets easier. And the more important thing is to get this all done in 34-35 weeks, so that even if you go into the labor in the early stages, you don't have to actually worry on all of these. So that's about it, and I hope this video has been helpful for you guys. If it had helped you in some way or the other, do comment below so that I will get to know, and I will make more such videos. We will also share the experience if all this were enough, or we had missed anything during actual labor process. So whatever plans we do, we always end up with something or the other that comes as a mishap, right? So we will also definitely share that experience to you very soon, and see you soon with the little one. Take care. Signing off, Sharda Gopalakrishnan, someone who takes you back in time. Bye bye.